Hello and welcome to Stockton Junction. Just a quick update video today to show you how things are progressing on the layout. Been working on this area here, trying to get the road and this raised hillside which will go up and across the back, which I'm not going to show you at the moment because it's a complete mess where I've got junk stuff chucked everywhere. But that'll be just a scenic area with a village scene, that sort of thing, maybe a farm, etc., fields, which will just hide the two drop downs, which you can see. This one goes down there, the one at the back there is the one from the other side. Once I've tidied it a bit better, I will show you all of the drop down sections, how I've put them in. So this area here is what I've just been working on. I've just laid some grass. I've still got obviously bushes, trees, that sort of thing to add. The other thing I've been doing is trying to make a decent road colour for this road, as this is the Woodland Scenics tarmac colour, but for the roads I think it just looks too dark. It doesn't look right. So I don't know about the colour I've got there, whether that's right or if it needs to go a bit darker still. So you can let me know your comments if you want. The other thing I've been doing is track weathering along the tracks. I'll just give you a quick view down. You can see all the tracks have been weathered apart from a couple of bits which I've still got to do. New additions to the layout. The other week I picked up this old Lima crane. It's not going to be used ran on the layout, but I picked it up nicely weathered and thought it'd be quite nice as a scenic thing. That's going to go in a siding that's going to be here. There's going to be two sidings that go down there all the way. They join there and go down and out through that tunnel. Basically this end here is just going to be for scenic stuff that maybe I won't run, but I want to have in a siding next to the depot. The other thing I picked up with this was this little brake tender, very nice little model, and the Hatton's snowplow in the Network Southeast livery, which is amazingly built. It's a really nice model. So the other thing, main thing I've been working on the last few days is this here, which is the point motors. It's my little diagram of where all my point motors are, labelled up and numbered, because they're all here, all waiting to be wired in. I need to make a little box to put them in to finish off this side. So I've also been weathering, I started weathering all of this area for the hard standing. I did mess up the inner pieces. I tried to do like dirty oily residue stains and messed it up, so I'm going to have to repaint them and start again. I've started having a go at working on this area where this coach and train is, and these are both two new additions for me as well, which is an HST barrier vehicle there and the class 97204, which is actually a class 26 I believe, I might be wrong, which is the RTC livery. Again, I do like my departmental stock, and that will be a big feature on my layout, hence the two big lines here. Those two lines, the nearest ones there, are for departmental stuff. There will be a permanent way yard this side here. I did have a go at using some real earth here to create earthen area, because here is going to be for steam engines, for like heritage running, that sort of thing. I don't really like the colour and the way it's come out. I don't know what you think, but I didn't like it, so I'm going to redo something over that. Also got this scale scenes water tower, looks very good, so I finished building that. I'm also going to add some realistic water in the top there, I think, just to make it look like it's full of water. So the other area I started working on is the diesel depot, and as you can see I put a few bits of trees and bushes and things in. I've still got a lot more to add to this area, and obviously the pipe work, all that sort of stuff, but I've put that in. That was a Nightwing fuel unloading kit, and I also got the Nightwing tanks there, which I made a base and a wall for. And as you can see, that the railings are very, very thin, and I've already broken a couple because I put it in and needed to do work in the area behind, which was a bit stupid. So this is why I tend to like to work from the back of the layout forwards. It stops you breaking things. And these are my fueling points. So basically this track here, I'll have 2 or 3 tanker wagons which can be shunted from the fuel refinery on the other side of the layout, dropped off there where they unload, and then the diesels would come in on the left hand line here and fuel up, and there's room for 2 diesels to fuel up. So these are not finished yet. I've just sat them in place just for now, and once I've finished painting all the other parts, I've started obviously weathering the bases with fuel stains, you can see there, etc. Still got work to do. I've put lighting in them, which is underneath, as you can see there, hidden down behind that thing. So when you look at it from this side, you don't really notice the wires, but it'll light up when the locos are sat there. The other thing I've been working on, I redid some of the back scene area there because I didn't like the buildings that were there, so I've put those buildings there. I believe they were from scale scenes, and also the houses there are also scale scenes houses, which look really good. I've just got to do a little bit of bushes or something at the end of where the houses are, just to break it up so it doesn't look like it just stops so suddenly. Might put a half relief tree or something there, as if there's some trees, etc. Another couple of additions. I've had this a little while to go in my permanent way yard, which is a nice little model. I do like it. It needs a bit of weathering, but it'll look good when it's done. And I recently picked this up at the Basingstoke Model Railway Show, which is quite an old model. The newer one has just got a completely square body on the back, whereas this one's got an angled one, which I hadn't seen before, so I thought that would look quite good as well. I do plan on this area here to utilize this old station building. I'm going to put some doors in there to make it not look like a station building. That will go there, and then what I'm thinking is have obviously a car park, etc. here, and maybe a gravel pile here for loading and unloading of the wagons on one of these tracks, so that they can load the ballast up to take it out for when they're track laying. Also going to do up here, I've got 3 bits of track there. I'm going to have these 3 pieces, obviously that one be cut there, and this, and maybe an old point here, which will be for the training depot side of things, where the permanent way staff can practice working on their track skills, etc. I've also been working on these point motor housing things, can't think what the proper name is now, ready to go on all the points, etc. So obviously I've weathered them all with dirt, oil, etc. And these literally just sit. You need to cut this tie bar off here that sticks up, and they will just then glue onto there, like so. Obviously I need to put a little bit more ballast in just to make them sit flat, which is not a problem. And then the cable trunking that goes around the layout. As you can see here, I've put in a junction here so that I can have a little cable coming off to here for that one. I've put these in, but I used yellow pipe, which is actually shrink tube. But now I believe scale scenes now do it in the orange, so I'm going to dig these out, hopefully without damaging anything. They should come out quite easily, and buy some of the scale scenes. But then I can have a wire running from here to here, and then across to this one and to this one. So it's all the little details that I want to add that will make the scene up. You know, I've bought scale scenes speed restriction signs, which will all go in. But before I do that, I want to get that back line, the one right at the back where the two wagons are. That is literally a dead line. There's no power to that line whatsoever, and it ends just down there, and it ends up there where that steam loco is hiding at the back. That line is literally for disused vehicles, trains, etc. And I will be buying a lot of things just to go on there that will look disused, worn, graffitied, etc. So I also want this track at the back to be a little bit overgrown with grass, etc., just so that it looks the part and looks like nothing's actually run on it for many years. So that's my next job, because as I said, I want to work from the back forward. So once I've done that, I can start working on all the point motor covers. I've still yet to take off all the pins for the point motors that I've just fitted. I think I fitted something in the region of, I don't know, I think it was 15 point motors I've just fitted on this side. So I've got a lot of wiring, a lot more to do. Most of my time has been spent doing wiring. So that's where I'm at the moment. I've also got this engine shed. Needs a lot of work doing to it. I bought it. It's a 4-ground kit. I say a kit. It's actually 4 kits. Each one of these is one kit, and I've joined them together to make a double engine shed. So a double width and double length. Each one of those kits is about £65. They're very, very good kits. I've damaged them myself, but that's because I've had it sat around for nearly 2 years and it's not actually been used properly. So it's been balanced here, balanced there, while I'm doing other work. It's got a bit tatty and worn, but I'm thinking a bit of weathering, it will look good. I've also got a set of swan neck air ducts to go on the roof, from Scale Scenes again. They look really good, so they'll be going in on top. I'm going to weather some of the bits. As you can see, there's like little patches here. It's because it's paper covered over board. I've still got ridges to put on, like on that one there anyway, but like here it's damage. But I shall get over that by weathering, patching, doing all sorts. I'm actually even considering keeping the roofs off of them, because they are actually quite nice inside, and I will have some detail going on. On this back corner here, I intend to do something I saw, or something similar that I saw in a model railway magazine quite some time back. In this back one here, I've got these loco lifting hoists. I'm intending on having these in here with something like a class 37 body on there, which I'm going to modify, make it look like it's being worked on, and get some old bogies off something that will work to make it look like it's not attached to the bogies and it's just the body's been taken off to have the work done. It's going to look okay, I think. Once it's done, it'll be a scenic aspect, and that's the sort of thing that I'm wanting to create as you go around the layout in different areas. Little cameo scenes of things going on, maybe a welding torch flashing in there. The other thing I want to do with this shed is something that Richard at Everard Junction did when he built his carriage shed. I've got some little LEDs that are like round surface mounted, and basically what he did was he ran 2 metal brass rods along the length of the shed and mounted the LEDs onto the brass rod, so you don't have to have wires everywhere, and you can paint the rods to make them not look brass. So basically that's something else I need to be doing with this shed. So it's a lot of work to be done still. I think that's about it. As I said, I've been spending most of my time doing track work, you know, points and wiring. I've still got a lot more yet to go. So I do like this new model, like this one's very nice. I do also like the Bachmann version, which is in the blue and red colour scheme. I might purchase one of those later on as well. But I think that's about it for today. I've got a lot to be getting on with, and hopefully I'll have another update for you within the next 2 or 3 weeks of progress. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.